me, Tay. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Yay. Okay, so, yes, this is my new thing. Losing it. Because that's my plan. Literally my plan. I want to lose it. I want to lose it all. All of it is going to be gone. Okay, so, to explain, my brain went, nope, that's gonna happen. So, I have been doing a lot of work on myself since September, October-ish. Those of you that follow my other series, Coffee with Mom, I will be picking those back up as well. It's been a very tough year. So I am not very good at this. I've been obese for most of my life. Well, I say most. Now it's most. I would have to say about 8th or 9th grade is when I started packing on the weight, and it got really bad in high school. And then I'd lose some. In college, I lost some and then gained it all back. When I moved to North Carolina, I gained a lot back, and that was mostly due to stress and my living conditions and things like that. So I gained a lot back. And then I met my husband and was losing weight again. And then I really was losing weight for our wedding. And then stuff happened and I gained 100 pounds in 2 months. Let's say my wedding dress had to be severely altered. And I've been gaining since. So at my heaviest, at my absolute heaviest, I weighed 454 pounds. And that is a lot of weight. And it's gone up and down over the years, but never any lower than 380. For some reason, I just could not get below 380 for the life of me. So this last year, I was doing really well. I had gotten down to 438 as of April. I was 438. And then I was like, yeah, this is the year of me. This is the year I'm going to change my life. This is the year that I'm going to invest more time, more thought, more into me. Not to say that I wasn't going to continue to invest time and what I needed into my husband and my marriage and my children and my relationships and my friendships. I've just always put myself off, away to the side, whatever, in favor of those other relationships. My children come first. My husband comes first. bills, stress, schooling, everything came before me. So I'm losing it. I am losing that mentality that I am not important enough to put myself first. I am losing the thought process that I am not worthy enough to care about myself. I am losing it. So in April, we got word that our rent was going to be raised an extra $400 a month. And that was absolutely unacceptable. So my husband and I packed our stuff, put it in storage, and moved in with my mother and my father, who are amazing for doing that for us, because I don't even want to think about where we'd be if they hadn't been there willing to take our crazy family in with our giant dog. So yeah, we moved in with him, which has had its own ups and downs. And last summer we spent the summer doing. We were gone almost every weekend to the lake, camping, hiking, fishing, just reinvesting in quality family time, which is something that I felt had been lacking in our family for a while. During the summer, the kids go off to their friends all the time, and my husband, who works really hard and we barely see him during the weeks, would come home on the weekends and all he wanted to do is veg out in front of the television. So I put my foot down and I told everyone that I had had enough of being separate on the weekends. We were going to spend family time together, so that's what we did all summer long. We invested into quality family time, and it was fantastic. So, and then September came and the kids went back to school, and I was left with a lot of time on my hands as a stay-at-home mom, with no house to keep up on, really. I mean, I help my parents around the house, but they do most of it. No yard to keep up with. I help where I can, but it's mostly done by other people. My schooling's done. I was left with a lot of time on my hands, so I sat down and I really started to think about the things that I want. What do I want out of life? It was time to start thinking about me. So I picked up a few new skills, refreshed some old ones, and got some new hobbies. I read a lot more. I craft a little bit. Mostly I read. I work out. And I started doing intermittent fasting. And I'm not going to get into exactly what that is in this video, because this is just kind of a hi, how are you doing video. We'll get into that in another vehicle. Yeah. And I started losing weight. Not tremendous amounts, not fast, not ridiculous. It is something that I had done a few years ago, and it worked really well until stress just went through the sky. Just my stress levels went through the roof. So, because I really am a very emotional eater. So, in order to combat this time, because God, I am tired of having to start over again and again and again and again and again. So I don't want to have to start over again. I want to get it done right this time. So a lot of doing that is research and knowing your body and knowing what works for you. And you can only do that through trial and error. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying, I'm erring, and I'm trying again. I knew that emotional eating and stress eating were really bad problems for me. So I did some research on some ways to combat that. And currently, the step I'm on right now is meditating. And I find it absolutely boring. I don't know if this is something I can continue to do long term every day. Sit there and do nothing when every inch of my body is screaming for me to get up and do something. So, so there's that. And then I just, twice a week, I work out. I do need to increase it. I also need to increase the intensity of my workouts, but as I can't really afford a gym right now, and what minimal workout equipment I have is in the very back of the storage unit underneath a house load of stuff, I think that YouTube and walking is about where it's at right now. Sorry. Getting over a cold. So that's what I was doing. And I got down to 395. And I stayed there. And I stayed there. And I stayed there. And I stayed there. And I really like intermittent fasting. I've never been a morning eater at all. So it really works out for me not to have to eat in the morning, not to have to force myself to eat in the morning, because I just don't like it. So I was watching this video on YouTube on intermittent fasting and came across ketogenics. And so I did a lot of research into ketogenics, and I mean a lot of research into ketogenics. Got my husband on board, and he started doing research on ketogenics and did his own research on intermittent fasting because he saw the success I was having with it. And so we're now doing ketogenics and intermittent fasting at the same time. And a lot of people do that. And so far, it's working out pretty well. Pretty well. So if you remember, I told you my highest was 453 or 454. I have it written down somewhere, but I don't remember the exact. And when I moved in here with my parents, I was 438. And as of the 1st of February, because I'm doing a no-scale February challenge, I don't know where I'm at exactly, I was 380. 380 pounds as of the 1st of February. Now most of that weight loss came off from just intermittent fasting, but we've only been doing ketogenics for 2 weeks now. 2 weeks, and I have lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks. And I know a lot of people are going to go, oh my God, that's too much, too fast. Well, you always lose a lot at the beginning of a new diet. Doesn't matter if you were previously dieting. If you change the way you eat, your body's going to change. And a lot of what I lost was a lot of waste. Literally. a lot of waste. Yeah. So, I did, during those 2 weeks, however, I did do a 5-day water fast where I drank nothing but water for 5 days. And I did that because my blood sugar numbers weren't where I wanted them to be. And water fasting can help you regulate your hormones and can help regulate your blood sugar really fast. It does it ridiculously fast. So my blood sugar levels are where I want them to be. And I have absolutely no idea where my hormones are because I have no way of testing that without going to a doctor. So I did this water fast for 5 days, 4 of which I was on my menstrual cycle. And as a girl who has been morbidly obese for most of her life, I have to tell you that for the last 20-something years, my menstrual cycles have been absolutely horrible until this last month. It was the easiest one I have ever in my life had. The cramps were minimal, absolutely minimal. It was just the raging psychotic hormones were manageable. The cravings were almost non-existent. I got a slight headache and a little bit of cramping, and that was it. And I don't know if that has to do with the ketogenic diet that I was on the week before, or what, or if it was due to the water fast. But I think I'm going to test that theory out again next month. I am going to do another extended fast. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do one each month now. I don't know if I'm going to do them in correspondence with my periods. That is going to be determined about whether or not this change in my menstrual cycles is solely due to water fasting or not. Because, yeah, that was pretty amazing. So yeah, losing it. I'm going to lose it this year. Not just the weight. I am going to lose all of it. I'm going to lose the clutter, both in my environment and in my own head. I am going to lose the attitude towards life and towards myself and towards where I am in my life. I am going to lose the victim mentality, and I'm going to learn how to be strong and stand up for myself. I am going to lose a lot of things. I am going to lose it. I am also going to gain a lot of things. I am going to gain self-confidence. I'm going to gain self-confidence. And I am going to gain self-worth. And I am going to gain self-respect. I'm going to be the mother I had always envisioned I would be and who I started out being before my weight made me too tired to be that person. I am going to be the wife my husband deserves. I am going to gain cooking abilities and new hobbies. I am going to gain new skills because this is also the year of bettering myself. So right now I am trying desperately to teach myself Spanish. But it's hard when you don't have anybody to correct or converse or do stuff like that with. So I might have to reach out somewhere, some place for something. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to gain a house so that we can stop living with my parents and be our own entity again. So, yeah, losing it with Tay. I invite you to come along. It's going to be interesting. I promise they're not going to be all long like this one, and I'm not going to be so boring and weird, and no, I can't promise that. I will probably still be boring and weird. I'm not exactly comfortable in front of the camera, but I am learning the benefits of pushing myself beyond my comfort zone. So here I am in front of a camera. Again, I tend to do this a lot. So yeah, come join us, join us. My husband's doing this with me, sort of. He doesn't have nearly as much weight as I have to lose, so I think I'll probably be doing this once a week so that I can do coffee with Mom once a week as well. So, sorry. My throat is just killing me today. I didn't get the full flu. I just have a sore, scratchy throat. And that's it. I didn't get the rest of the flu. Like my children did, but okay. So yay. 59 pounds down. 59 pounds is not much to sneeze at. So I'm pretty excited, and I am looking forward to what the future has in store and what else I can lose. So join me next week and we'll lose it. Toodles.